And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
All right, we just heard some El Famous. That was So Am I Cursed. And then we heard a Rhino track. That was Ruckus. I'm Luca Blaze with Morgan Danielle. Sitting next to me is the other ball chin hair of knowledge, Charlie. Hi, Charlie.
What's going on?
Derek is not with us tonight. He is actually, he's Miracle Grow. What's that? Miracle Beard? Miracle Grow? He's putting that on his beard. He's growing his beard back. So he's not with us tonight. He's busy dyeing his beard. But we are here this is kind of the third time, but technically the second, but kind of the third. Right, Morgan? You're looking at me?
Yeah.
All right.
I had to think of what you were referring to, but yes.
We're here for the second
Second and a half
time. We're here tonight with Victims. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves? What you do in the band and who we have missing tonight?
Well, first, I'm John. I'm the vocalist of Victims.
I'm Ryan. I play guitar.
I'm Meredith, and I play drums.
And who are we missing tonight?
We are missing our guitarist.
The guitar god.
The guitar god, Anthony Williams. He is the machine of the guitar work. And then we're also missing Abe Regalato, too. He's plays guitar and plays bass, too.
So 3 guitars, so he plays guitar and bass.
Well,
We're not going to go into
we're
that
not
right
going to
now.
get into that yet.
Yet. Well, thank you guys for coming out again.
Hey.
Morgan, when's the last time they were on?
They were on July 14th in 2014. And then a long time ago, back in 2012, they were called something else, though.
Hey.
Unimportant.
It's unimportant.
You were, hold on, exact date. Let me get it. Oh, my God. I lost my page.
Oh,
I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no. Well,
Wait. I found it.
Since July of 2014.
Wait. May 28th, 2013.
All
There you
right.
go.
All right. Boom.
It was June 17th of 2014. I'm bad with my dates.
June. Okay, so it's actually been what? Exactly
3 years.
3
3
years.
years. What have you guys been doing for the past 3 years?
Nothing.
Nothing. We've just been hanging out.
Yeah.
Writing an album, that's about it. Took us 3 years.
Yeah.
Touring too.
We
You
toured.
guys have seemed to have done a lot. It's always a busy
seemingly
process
busy.
for you guys. Yeah.
Seemingly busy. We try to make it look busy at least.
But really, we're just all sitting at home doing nothing every day, and John works at Whole Foods.
Oh.
That's it.
Boom.
That's
Just
true.
kidding. Okay. Yeah, we've been working on like new music, like a lot more. We're already working on new music opposed to the album that we already put out. So, yeah.
So, new album. When was the album put out?
March 17th, 2017. Hey.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
Now-
Same as Fit for an Autopsy. They released an album that day too.
Why did you choose that date?
Because it's lucky.
Lucky?
No, and we're
Luck
the
of the
bad luck
Irish.
crew.
Ireland's pretty cool.
It's ironic, the irony of good luck, but really we have bad luck. So, not really. That's a good explanation though. I'm gonna start using that from now on. But no, we kind of wanted to release it as like quickly as possible because our last release before that was August of 2014, and that's a long time to wait. So we kind of just once we finished tracking everything in February, we just wanted to like quickly get things ready to release it in March.
And what's the name of the new CD?
It is called Volume 2 Inside the Mine.
Nice. Why did you choose that as your title?
It's the second installment of so Sickness was the first installment, and then Inside the Mine was the second installment, and it kind of has like a story behind it. It just goes more in depth with like deep-rooted like emotional problems, I guess, and like things to do with like mental and yeah.
Mental and yeah.
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 Well, I don't want to, because if I go into it, it's gonna take forever. So
We got some time.
huh.
Well, how many tracks are on volume 2?
There's
The Lucky 13.
yeah. There you go.
And then how many tracks were on volume 1?
8.
8. Okay. So a couple 2-3 more tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Two tree.
2-3. You guys are already working on new stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many new tracks you have?
We wrote 4 songs currently. We don't know if we're going to use all 4 of them, but we're going to finish up a single, and our friend Jesse Kirkbride from Kirkbride Recordings is going to mix it. We're not sure when we're going to release it. We have a few more other things that we're working on, but it should be out in fall.
That's
Be
exciting.
roughly. So
And where was volume 2 recorded?
with Sam Botner. He kind of half tracked it, and then Eric Stacy of Dark Lord Recordings kind of tracked it. It was like a 2-part kind of producing. It was very confusing. Sam Botner mixed and mastered it though, and Eric pretty much tracked the whole thing, and he was a big help. So we always love working with him.
So the name Victims,
No vowels.
There's no
right.
iron victims.
When you originally changed the name, did it originally have volumes and then vowels,
Vowels.
and then you took those out?
Yeah, we took it out. There's a band in Sweden, I think.
Yes.
And they've been around since the 90s. Although they're in a different country, I'd rather just avoid that confusion and just cut ties with that name altogether. So
For sure.
we wanted to keep Victims because we've already done so much with the name, and I feel like it fits us very well.
Mm-hmm.
So we just decided to remove the vowels and go that Paris route. Hey.
I like it.
Hey.
Hey, boy.
It's creative and original.
Maybe. I don't know about creative or original, but at least we're still victims at heart.
What a goofy guy. See that
Hey, he's a
goofy
Cubs
guy?
fan. That's okay.
See that goofy guy just came down here? What a
He's kind of goofy.
I saw him.
a little goofy.
Little
my goodness.
goof.
Let's go ahead and play a track off of Volume 2, Introduce the World to
Hey.
Victims.
The brand
again,
new
the brand
Victims.
new album off of Inside the Mind.
Brand
VCTMS.
spanking
What
new.
song do you want to start off with?
Ooh.
The relapse process.
Yeah, the relapse process.
Awesome.
I agree.
And we'll talk about that when we come back in. So here is The Relapse Process by Victims.
You can blame me. I will think of you often, even if you left me here to rot. And I'm tripling, caught up in the worst thing. I forgot why I'm here in the first place. I'm tripling, caught up in the worst thing. I forgot why I even fucking chose to stay. I'm in pieces, can't keep myself together, so I'll forget about myself. Or should I make an effort? I'm coming undone. You me as you will. Pull my strings until my self-esteem rebuilds. The guilt, so I know the truth. I'll apologize for everything until time stands still. Until time stands still. I still think of you often, even if you left me here to rot. And I'm tripling, caught up in the worst thing. I forgot why I'm here in the first place. I'm tripling, caught up in the worst thing. I forgot why I even fucking chose to stay. Giving things shape in my brain. Fathoming the sense and the insane. With all that takes place, rationality doesn't feel the same. Psychotic break, desperation is all that I know. Holding on to hoping I can eventually let go. Psychotic break, desperation is
Hey, this is Eric from the Sons of Rot, and you're listening to the Metal Experience.
Woo! That was the song The Relapse Process by Victims. That was a badass off their pretty brand spanking new album, Volume 2, Inside the Mind. I am Luca Blaze, Morgan Danielle. I want to say the chin hair of knowledge because I'm so used to it, but you got some chin hair, so I'm going to say the chin hair of... I got nothing.
Chin hair of knowledge.
Just
I like
the chin
that.
hair.
Oh, the chin hair.
The
works.
chin hair.
Just
I like
the chin
it.
hair.
Captain Chin Hair.
He's the captain now.
There you go.
Hey.
I'm going to write that down, Captain Chin Hair.
It's worth remembering.
Why don't you do something with beard?
Captain Beard Balls. Bald,
Beer.
balls covered in beards. I got nothing. Captain Chin Hair
Balls covered in beards.
in beards.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Hell
He's
yeah.
a Balchinian.
A Balchinian. Oh, my goodness. Well, that track was badass. That was track number 7. Where can people find the new CD?
You can find all of our music on any major music platform. You got it on iTunes, we got it on Apple Music, we got it on Spotify, Bandcamp, YouTube, you name it, we got it. I don't know if we got it on Amazon Music, but it might be there.
You guys have physical copies too?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So then,
They
from,
look real nice too.
from a band point of view, I mean, you guys are playing the music. What would you say the biggest difference between Volume 1 and Volume 2 was?
Vocals.
No, all right, vocals and the guitar playing. When we first started, like we changed our sound from our old band to like what like Victims started as, like Sickness Volume 1. It was very like simple, and we didn't really know what the hell we were doing, and we kind of just went in there, and I don't know, we didn't really experiment much. And then with Volume 2, I mean, it took a lot of time, and we kind of just wanted to experiment with a bunch of things, and Anthony definitely like stepped it up, and like John wrote more on guitar, and he didn't really put any like input on Volume 1 besides bass, so that was cool.
Slap at a bass. So the all the lyrics, Meredith, you write most of the lyrics,
Like 95%.
Like 100%.
Okay.
and then
There you go.
John comes
John's
in,
just there for grammatical correction.
Exactly.
and
There
then
you go.
he was telling us during the break he takes Meredith's Busta Rhymes
Patterns.
lyrics and kind of cuts them down and makes them fit a little bit easier in there.
Simplify it.
Simplify it. Busta Rhymes, that was the best because I'm just thinking, just how he's-
Yeah,
When
so
you're-
real fast.
When you're writing the music, Meredith, and the vocal patterns and everything, do you hear it in your head, or are you just writing lyrics and you give it to John and be like, create something with this? Or is it you're teaching him how you heard it first?
Well, actually, all the lyrics off Volume 2, I kind of like wrote music on the acoustic guitar, and like that's where all the emotion was. It was all like sad, and it was like turned into aggressive when we like put screams over them. But I took like pieces of like lyrical content that I used for acoustic songs that I wrote, and then I wrote the patterns when I heard the music finished, because I can't write anything to metal music. I just can't do it. So everything was written either to like Coldplay or something of that kind, and very sad and melodramatic, and it just was made aggressive with screams, I guess.
and
So,
then
yes.
John kind of brings it to life.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Boom, boom.
That's pretty awesome, and it's awesome that you're okay with that as a vocalist, of allowing. I mean, she's a drummer and she also plays guitar, so she pretty much is doing everything already.
Well,
but that's
I'm not good at guitar though.
He said during the break it makes his
you're being
job
modest.
way
No, I'm
easier.
not though.
You're being modest.
I could write like a easy lead or like something with chords, but I cannot play guitar. I
She
can
covered
try.
Bleed by Meshuggah once. I saw
Oh
it.
no,
Oh,
Ooh,
Not really.
no I
Not at all.
can't play that.
Well, you guys also have a music video that you guys released not too long ago.
Yes.
What's and that's off volume 2, correct?
Yes.
What's that track called?
That track is called Dude. No, it's Subdued. But that was the joke that John made. Oh.
Dude.
Dude.
What's up, dude?
Dude. I'm gonna write that down. Sub.
What was the concept behind the video? It was very well done, by the way.
Thank you. For the video, we didn't really have a concept. We just wanted to. We never did a video ever, so we're like, well, we want to just like show everyone that we actually have more than one member in the band, because a lot of people only really know me. But so we had everyone in the video, and it was done like do it yourself. Like my friend Rob recorded it, but I edited the whole thing like by myself, and that took me like a day or two to do. But we kind of just wanted to throw something out there. We filmed it in an abandoned house, that cliche, typical metal filming, and we used just like a simple floodlight, and that was it. Like it wasn't anything. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
How long did the recording the music video take?
Probably like 3 hours.
About
Then it
3
started
hours.
raining, and we had to take equipment from like.
It was like a quarter-mile walk.
Yeah, quarter-mile
from, like, where
walk,
we parked.
and take all this equipment into a house, and I had to mute all my cymbals. So if it doesn't look like I'm hitting hard, that is why.
Well, it was funny that you said that they don't really know many of the other members. In that music video, you don't see Meredith's face at all. It's just hair all over the place.
This is true.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty sweet. Why don't we go ahead and play? We got a bunch of tracks that you guys brought with
Yeah,
for
we have like 20
tonight. So we're going to play a ton of music tonight. I want to hear the subdued
Sadu.
Dude.
Hell yeah.
song that the music video is for, and the music video you can find on the YouTube. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's
YouTube.
Victims minus the vowels, and the song Subdued.
Things that went through my head was a bullet I carved your name in, and I didn't get into heaven. But I thought I'd let you know. I wish I never let you in. Oh, we'll never have enough. The existential feeling that sticks you like a drug. Love, yeah, it's never enough. It's the chaos that controls you. It goes off like a loaded gun. Damn it good, but so what of a guy? Deception lies within deceit. You're the poison that resides inside my mind. I think about it all the time. How I'm mentally destroyed. Burning out to the abyss. I can never be the same. Will you ever understand what you got going? Love, something that I thought I could trust, but I guess I'm the one that wasn't enough. I'm everything, but people closer to you. We're doing what you never thought that they would do. Someone you thought you knew, someone you put your faith into, become nothing more than toxic presence that fill the room.
Hey everybody, this is Endostalgia at the Metal Experience, and our music will make you shit your pants.
Woo! Just heard Subdue on Volumes 2 from Victims.
Suddy. I like the woo.
That was a good woo.
Very
That was a
confident.
very
woo.
good woo. A very comical woo. Morgan, take it away.
Yeah, boy. All right, so volume 2, you had some really awesome album artwork. Tell us a little bit about who did your designing.
For the album, this guy from Indonesia named Perrin Cash Money. He's making that money.
Aaron
He
Cash Money.
he hand drawn that. Yeah, drew that. Wow.
Hand drawn it.
He hands
He
drawn
done
I
hand
knew it.
drawn it.
All right,
yeah,
all right,
brother.
all right. I'm sorry. He hand drew that, and he also made the back cover, and it's just like it's the eye, so it's like inside. You know, you're looking
Yeah,
directly through
right.
the eye. It's like, and then
Eyes
the
are the window
back,
to the
there's
soul.
a brain scan on it, so you know, it works with the inside the mind concept. Also, that was inspired by a Texas Chainsaw promo cover, actually. And that's, if you've seen our designs, we have like a Freddy vs. Jason and like Michael Myers design. I'm like a horror fanatic, so that's me. I love dark things.
I love seashells.
What about these really amazing T-shirt designs that you have? It blows my mind how many different designs that you
Oh, we
guys
got more.
have come up
There's
with.
more coming.
There's
And
more
then
coming.
You did
Wow.
awesome bundles for when you guys were releasing, and you still have stuff because you're always touring. Who designs your shirts?
So there's a few people. My friend Ben Hoagland from Extortionist, he's their vocalist. He does a lot of our designs, and then that Perrin Cash Money has done a few. And then Jason Frazier from Beheading the Traitor. He like promotes a bunch of metal bands. He is a graphic designer at Begotten, and he's done a lot of them. And then trying to think if anybody else, if I'm leaving somebody out. And then Mason Starkey has done some in the past. He's really good too. He actually did the Sickness Volume 1 artwork, also hand drawn, so that's cool.
Nice. 'Cause I always like how, you know, your shirts are not the typical black shirts. They're tie-dyed.
Nice.
They're awesome. Very
The
well
colorful,
designed. Yeah,
yeah.
They're just unique.
Morgan
Summertime.
fucking loves colors too.
Same. I love color.
Colors are awesome.
But she hates flowers.
I'm wearing
Hate
black right
fucking
now,
flowers.
but you
They're
know.
disgusting.
Flowers are like the most colorful thing there is.
No,
Yeah, right?
no, they're
That's-
not. The correct
Flowers are
answer.
beautiful.
The correct answer was rainbows.
What
Well,
about sunsets?
Rainbows and unicorns.
yeah.
Part
Yeah.
rainbow with that
Flowers.
too.
Candy.
Candy. I like candy.
Captain.
Morgan loves
Captain
candy
Candy.
also.
Captain.
I
Captain.
am said to have diabetes in just a couple of years. I eat so much candy.
Diabetes.
Yep.
Diabetes.
Same.
That's what I got.
Oh my god.
What was the hardest track to write on this album?
John?
Probably the relapse process. Honestly, it's a very tricky song to play. Like guitar wise, it's like it really like distorts your hand a little bit.
Yeah, to do
also like you got to do like one of these things with your hands. You know,
A wiggly wiggly.
a wiggity wiggity wow. You know, one of those kind of things. And then also vocally, it's it's just very fast. Like there's hardly any breaks.
Buster
You know,
Rhymes.
yeah, like Busta Rhymes, Twista, all those. That's what inspired, the entire album, really. Right, Meredith?
For those
You're
that do not know
damn right.
these names, these are called rappers.
Machine gun rappers.
Machine Gun Kelly.
No.
Not a fan.
Me either.
Machine gun rap.
You've also got a couple guest vocalists on the album. Who did you guys have work on some of your songs with you?
We had Darius Tirani. I hope that's how you pronounce it, from Spite. They're like upcoming. They're releasing an album, I think, this year as well. They have a new music video coming out on the 28th, I think.
That's tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. There you go.
Damn.
It's Kill or Be Killed, I believe.
Kill or be killed.
Then we had Devin. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. Yeah. From Villains, Youth Forever. He was going to do a track with us like years ago, but, well, we didn't have any new material for him to do anything on, so we just waited, and he did the first track, Sick Tired. And then we had my friend Jay Webster from Unity, Texas. He rapped on Bitter Relief. Then we had John Robert from The Last 10 Seconds of Life. He did Death Perception. That's track number 8. And then Cade Armstrong also guested on that track, and he did Singing, which was something new that we didn't throw any singing on our past material, so we wanted to try something different. He did really good. He was in a band called Of Glaciers and Narrow Hearts from Wisconsin. And then the last guest vocalist was...
You had guest vocals on every track, right?
No,
Like
half of
half
it.
the album.
Hunter Young from Culture Killer, X Silence. That's the band that I knew him from. They're from Florida. And we just always add a lot of guest vocalists. That's my doing most of the time. People don't like guest vocals, but since I'm the one who wrote the lyrics, I like having different people portray the emotion, because everyone has a different take. And I feel like it's unique that way. You're not just using one vocalist throughout the whole album, and it's just something new and something surprising. So,
well, that's very awesome.
Are these all before we get into a song? But are these all people that you've met on tour, or people that you've been in contact with before?
Youth Forever. I mean, I've known that band for years, since they were Villains, and I first saw them in April of 2012, so I've known Devin for 5 years, along with everyone else, mostly just friends that I've met through like Facebook, and they either like our band or I like theirs, and we start talking, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, what is the next track that you would want to play with one of these guest vocals that we haven't played yet?
I kind of want to hear the one with the clean vocals.
Ooh.
Track 8.
Track
Put
8.
on Death Perception.
I like that one.
Awesome. And this is Cade Armstrong and John of
Last 10 Seconds of Life.
All right, here we go. Here is more Victims.
I'm about head with my head sick, over dramatic and manic. I'm unbalanced and romantic. Might as well kill me while you're at it. Defeated and hopeless. I'm sure most of you know that they mean that maybe I won't feel so empty. Regressing to come so that I can feel tragedy at your service. Anxiety and anger, you make me nervous. Come without warning, then blame when you feel like it. Killing my mood, killed off the smile. Please hold my emotions, take me to pain for a while. I can't resist, this helplessness. Brutal dreamers, I don't expect. Flirting with disaster. Lost now, but bastard, I don't matter if nothing is shown. The moons are ahead, these are the headlights of thinking below.
Hey, this is Pete.
Tanner?
Zach.
And we're Bloodletter, and you're listening to The Metal Experience.
And we are back. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze. What did we
And
decide on Charlie's name?
Captain Chin Hair.
Captain Chin Hair.
I
I
love
still
it.
think we should have done something with Beard. And we are here with our friends and victims. And that was another badass track that we just heard off of Volume 2, Inside the Mind, that was released earlier this year. St. Patrick's Day, to be precise.
Exact.
Thank you.
Exact.
So
And that was called Death Perception.
then, John, with a lot of the tracks having guest vocals on them, do you do all the vocals live, or does someone do the background?
No, live I'll do them. I do them all. Like we play. What about Ryan? Well, I mean, Ryan also does some backups. But very important. No, I'm kidding. No, but like for like Sick Tired, like I do Devin's part at the end of that. What other songs do we do that? Oh, like when we play Relapse Process, like I'll do Darius's part as well. And then like for older music that we play, like we play Sinister off of Volume 1. Ryan will do Landon's part, the lower voice. He's got a lower register scream than I do. So he usually does, we kind of like trade off, but he does it for the most part.
It's like a call and response type part towards the end, like for the breakdown. I don't know. It just works better having two different people with different vocal styles doing it.
Definitely.
Whoa, that was loud.
So then that last track with the clean vocals, do you guys ever play that one live?
Not yet.
Not yet. We want to.
Then
Someday.
What would be the plan? Who would be doing the clean vocals?
Most likely John.
We haven't practiced it yet.
How do you
but
feel about that?
I mean, I can do it. I've practiced it on my own. I can do it. It's just the matter of practicing it as a full band. Right now, it's that's what we haven't done yet for that song. But in the future, we'd really like to play it. A lot of people like it, and so we want to please the fans with that one.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
Well,
Good answers.
it's about that time.
It is about that time. And
Usually it's Dirty D time.
it's usually Dirty D. But tonight we have
nice.
Charlie that is going to give us all he's got.
So it's a Dirty Charlie.
That sounds
Is
hot.
that like a sex thing?
It is.
Sounds very hot.
Right
I
on.
guess we just made it one.
It's when you have a
It's when you have
very
hair on
hairy
your chin.
anus. And it's kind of like dingleberries, but then you
Oh,
face
Oh, nice.
wash it.
Nice. Nice.
What?
The Dirty Charlie.
I think
The
you're
Dirty
confusing him
Charlie.
as to what his segment's now about, because that's not what I told him earlier.
I hope
Face in Dirty Dingleberries. I
not.
hope
Oh
you're ready,
my
Charlie.
good Lord.
Sounds.
Well, what you
I
got
don't
for
know.
us tonight, Charlie?
Take it away.
Issues is going to start their tour on July 15th in Richmond, Virginia.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait.
That show, they're just playing with Wage War and Broadside. And then they go to Europe for 8 shows
Europia.
and come back into Hawaii.
What? They're playing in
Could
Hawaii?
you imagine seeing a show
Yeah.
in Hawaii? How awesome that would be.
Cowabunga, dude.
Cowabunga, bro.
At that show, they play with Enders, Nessa, and Skyline. I think that's how you say it.
Are we going to Hawaii for that one, Morgan?
Are you paying?
Yeah.
There was something that said that flights to Hawaii were going to become cheaper. Are you taking us there that I didn't know about?
Why are
This
flights,
is our anniversary gift.
why are flights to Hawaii cheaper?
Because they're trying to get more people to be tourists there because it was expensive before. It's a long flight. It's like 8 hours. You're taking me to Hawaii for our anniversary? All right, continue, Charlie. He's got a
I
lot
don't
to
know
think
what the
about.
fuck she's talking about.
6 years and we're going to paradise.
After the Hawaii show, they go to Florida, and then they're and then Volumes jump on tour.
I'm so excited for that. I really want to go. House of Blues is going to be mine.
Yeah, they play Friday the 13th
I can't wait.
in October.
I want to go so fucking bad. Can we go, please, please,
Is
please?
Issues the Korn
Headliner.
cover band?
No. Issues is like great.
Messing
He
with
doesn't get it, guys.
And the tour ends in New Orleans.
you. All right. Does it make its way through the Chi-Town? That was the October 13th date
Yeah.
you said?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Everyone's heard of Oakley Dokley.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Yes.
Ned Flanders.
Oakley dokley.
Next
I love it.
Tuesday, they're playing at Brower House.
Ooh.
Nice.
Next Tuesday on the 4th of
Next
July?
Tuesday?
No, the day before 4th of July.
July
So the 3rd.
3rd.
July 3rd.
Monday.
On
Next
a
Monday.
Monday.
Aren't they from? Where are they from? Florida? I want to say they're from Florida or Colorado.
No, I
don't
thought they're from the
remember.
Midwest. Aren't they from like Ohio or something?
I'm totally off then.
I don't
I have
know.
no clue.
They
I
might
got
be from
it.
Canada.
They might.
I'm joking. I
They're
don't
from
know.
all over the place.
From Guatemala.
After their Brower House
They're from
show-
Guatemala. Is that what you said? they're from Guatemala.
Their vocalist is Giovanni Escobar.
Oh boy. We're in
So
trouble.
on the Monday, this coming Monday, yes, they're playing at
Yeah.
Brower House in Lombard.
Yeah.
Open mic night.
Shoot, who are they playing with? You know,
Not playing with anyone.
they're just playing a fucking 3-hour set. Fuck it, we'll do the whole show ourselves.
No, I think they are playing with somebody.
They gotta be.
Have you seen the music video for their one song?
Yeah,
I
saw
have
it.
not.
It's pretty epic.
SpongeCore needs to play shows.
Their Cleveland show is already sold out.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Jesus is watching.
Oakley dokley.
And then when does it end?
And July 15th,
So when did it start?
and June 30th.
Okay, so it's just a quick,
Hey, he has a real quick tour.
little quickie half a month tour. All right. What
They're
else you got
from
for us?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. We were
We're
all wrong.
Totally.
Not even close.
That's probably why they end in Tucson, Arizona, because they're
That would make
right.
sense.
And
Black
it's-
Bear Rodeo is opening up.
Black Bear
Black
Rodeo.
Bear
Sounds promising.
Rodeo.
Yeah, sounds
Never even
very
heard of
promising.
them.
Well, what else you got for us,
And
Charlie?
their slogan on the flyer is "Death to False Nettle."
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And then the Summerfest starts up up in Milwaukee.
We got some Chicago bands making their way up there this year again.
Outrageous is playing.
What is that?
And they're from Chicagoland area.
Chicago.
Sweet
What's the
home.
name of it?
Chicago.
Outrageous?
Outrageous.
Outrageous?
We played with them, I think, actually, once at House of Blues.
They're like rock mixed with blues.
Yeah, either that or I saw them. It's one of the two. At House of Blues, though.
I blacked out. I don't remember.
I'm still wasted.
I don't do those kind of things. I'm straight edge.
Lol.
No,
You have your-
actually. I was
Can't
kidding.
claim those things.
That's all I got for tour news.
All right. You got any random news? Damn it,
No.
Dirty Charlie. All right. You got a band for us? You picked a band?
Yep.
What'd you pick?
Infant Annihilator.
Infant Annihilator. What track you playing?
And Decapitation.
My friend filled in for
Fornication.
that band.
Really?
Yeah, my friend filled in for Black Tongue, actually, which their Infant Annihilator's drummer was in that band. So,
Also, their guitarist.
Aaron.
Sammy Morales.
So Decapitation, Fornication is the track you decided
Yeah.
the world needed to hear
It's a track for all the kids.
today. All right.
That the whole album is for the kids.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do it. Infant Annihilator with the song Decapitation, Fornication.
So
Hi, I'm Morgan.
And I'm Ian.
I'm Derek.
And we are the Most of Me.
Stay tuned for our new EP, Quantum, and you are listening to
The Metal Experience.
I just heard Decapitation Fornication from Infant Annihilator from England.
Boo.
Woo!
Yeet.
Oh
stuff.
my goodness.
Very
Good
nice.
stuff.
Well, we're back tonight, rocking out with Victims, minus all the vowels. Don't
Yeah.
even need them. Don't even
We just
need
left the volumes at home.
There's no I in team.
No iron
You say
victims.
volumes.
Wow.
them. No I in team. No I in Victims.
There's no I in VCTMS.
Visitums, actually.
Victimism.
We're changing our name
Victimism.
to vacuums.
Vacuums. Fun fact, our name was actually going to be Mirrors, but then we decided on Victims.
Fun fact, you heard it.
I like it.
Fun fact.
Both would have been good choices.
Mirrors. Mares. That's why we didn't go with that name.
Mares.
The Mares.
Oh my goodness.
Victims has actually done quite a bit of touring, and in the time that you guys have been around, it's amazing how much you guys have actually made your way across the United States. What's the furthest place that you guys have gone to?
Utah.
Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm. It was good at that, actually, you wouldn't think.
Best show on the whole tour, I would say.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Probably, yeah.
You'd
Kids
be
are happy.
surprised.
That and Nebraska were probably the best,
You might-
best so far.
Yeah, you might think like, oh, we're going to Utah. It's going to be like a bunch of Mormon people. not even close.
They're
Yeah.
hardcore Mormon people.
Extremely hardcore.
That don't drink on Sundays.
Did you play there on a Sunday?
Was
I think
it?
it was a Saturday.
I think it was. I think it was a Friday on a Friday.
It was on the weekend for sure.
It was like
Friday or
yeah,
Saturday.
Friday.
So people were boozing.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I was.
Same.
Yeah, they actually got. We'll go when you ask for tour stories. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I will say that one. I already
Yeah.
know what you're
That was
talking about.
fucked up.
That's exactly what I want to know.
Oh,
Some
okay.
tour stories.
All right, go
then-
tell that
and
one.
then we
Then.
All right, I'm gonna take it
We'll
away
talk
with
about
tour
the tour coming up.
stories.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so best thing that has ever happened to the band Victims ever was
Not true.
hands
There's
down.
worse.
No, it's the best. So our first time making it through Colorado, we were on the tour with Traders on their farewell tour, and well, you know, Colorado, Denver, you know, it's a magical, beautiful place, and we were high up in the mountains. Elevation, you know, very high altitude. And well, Denver, I said Detroit instead of Denver. I said, thank you, Detroit.
No, the other one, the Salt Lake one.
We'll get to that one. But I thought that was the best. I accidentally,
man.
it was very embarrassing, and then I just tried to play it off like, yeah, I'm in Denver. I'm like, oh.
Oh, this is.
But yeah, that was definitely probably the most embarrassing. But looking back at it now, it's pretty hilarious because, you know,
we have video proof.
There's video proof of it, not online, but we have it.
Did anyone say, "Oh, you're"?
Thank God nobody
No, everyone was
said
probably
it.
too high, honestly.
Probably.
In my opinion, some people kind of looked up at us and they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with them? Like, are they serious right now?" It's just like the set was over and he goes like, "Thank you, Detroit."
No, the set wasn't even over. It was like it was before our last two
Sinister.
song. Yeah, it was like right before our last few songs, and I'm like. I tried to play it off, you know, like I'm like,
maybe that could be your thing though. Every town you go to,
I'll say a different.
Just say thank you, Detroit at every.
I'll say a different city each time. I'll be in we'll be in I don't know New Jersey where we're going next.
Thank you,
I'll be
Anchorage.
I'll be.
Thank you, Canada.
Thank you, Liverpool.
Thank you, Brazil. We appreciate you. Probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me on tour ever is me and John were together, and it was in Salt Lake City, and so we had like 3 hours before we were going to actually play our set, and we're like, all right, well, it's the last day of tour.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go get some booze so we can like have fun. And John came up with this awesome idea because everybody in Traders who we were on tour with at
My
the time,
idea.
Oh, whatever, Meredith's idea.
My idea.
I don't know about that.
It was my idea.
Everybody in Traders loves WWE wrestling. So what me and John were going to do is we were going to bring beers on stage, and he was going to, we were going to
Stone cold it up.
smack our beers together before our last breakdown and just like chug the beers. That was the main reason we were going to get booze. So we went like not even 10 minutes away from the venue, and we park at a McDonald's right in front of a sign that said 30-minute customer parking. And we're like, all right, we got 30 minutes. This liquor store was like a 30-second walk away from the McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
So we go in there, and we're like, this is all like nothing's refrigerated. It's all like really nice, expensive beer. So we're not going to get it. We're just going to go back to the car. By the time we got back to the car, not even 5 minutes after leaving the car, somebody booted it. They booted our front left tire.
They booted our Hertz rented van.
Yeah. So we come back up to the car and we're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, we were gone for like a whole 4 minutes. And these two big, giant, like, fat dudes came up to us and they're like, yeah, you parked here illegally. So we booted your car and you're going to have to give us $80. Otherwise, we're impounding it. And we're like, dude, like, we're barely, like, we're a touring band. We're trying to, like, make money every night, like, so we can eat, you know? And you're going to, like...
And this is 30-minute parking. We were here for 4 minutes.
Yeah, and we're like, it says 30-minute parking right there. And they're like, well, you didn't go inside the McDonald's first. These guys were waiting in their tow truck in the McDonald's parking lot.
Yeah.
And in the meantime of John leaving to go to an ATM to get the $80, they booted another person's car who did the same thing as us, like parked in the McDonald's parking lot and went to the liquor store. And so we ended up having to pay these guys $80 just for them to not take our van because we wanted to get 2 beers.
What if you just walked into McDonald's?
We tried saying that. We're like, well, how do you know we weren't going to go in there right now? It's like, well, you have to show us the receipt that you bought stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man,
I would just go in there and buy a drink.
Who even keeps receipts anymore?
I mean,
The
I
thing
never
is,
asked for
they
receipts.
said like, oh well, like they said something about like, well, the fact that you didn't walk inside McDonald's first means that like we had the right to boot your car and we could have towed you if we wanted to because you weren't technically customers. And so me and John had some not nice things to say to them as they walked
very
away.
not nice.
And yeah, that sucked. And what was really, really like ironic about the whole thing is we left, and then she messages the group chat, and she's like, "Hey, Tyler from Traders just gave us $50 so we could buy food or do whatever we need to do tonight." And we're like, "Well, we got some bad news for you."
They ended up paying for that.
I ended up paying.
I was mad. I was like, y'all did something stupid. You're in a different state. This is me. This is
what
me.
What state was this in?
Utah.
Fucking Utah.
You gotta be logical. You don't know you don't know the surrounding area. We've never been there before with parking, and we're outsiders. They see the license plate. Oh shit! Like, we can pretty much fuck with them and do whatever we want. Always leave someone staying in the car when you park in a place, because 30 minutes. How do you know? They could just say like you could be there for like 10 minutes. There's no like camera outside knowing how long you've been there.
This is smart advice for bands on
yeah,
tour, for sure.
Always leave somebody in your vehicle, like in areas that you are not familiar with when it comes to parking or anything else. Because Traders actually got their stuff stolen in St. Louis because someone broke into their van and they took everything. So to avoid things, if you can, always leave someone like checking the van constantly, or leave someone in there when nobody is there, because there's just a lot of things that could happen.
Well, you would think you're
Trust
only
no
gone
one.
for 4 minutes.
Yeah, see, like
anything's possible.
Yeah,
you got to have the right people.
Listen to Meredith. She knows what she's talking about.
Most of the time.
I would say but John had to pay $80 because we wanted to get.
You got to think
beers.
from a different perspective. You just overthink everything. It's the best and worst advice.
On that note, I just got a picture of Kitty Cocktails.
Hell yeah.
We need to
spike it.
We need to play some music and drink some Kitty Cocktails. So let's play another track, and then we'll come back in. We'll talk about some more touring.
More bad luck stories for us.
Bad luck stories.
Every tour.
What's
you
the next?
Feeling me?
What's the next track you guys want to play?
Emptiness.
Let's do Emptiness and Everything in Between. That's the 12th track, or 13th track of the album. Originally
13th.
the 12th, but 13th.
All right, let's do it, victims.
I forgot.
Someone still loves me. You can say I'm so built up to stay. Day by day, still swallowing more than I can say. Sickness worked its way in. I'm right back to where I began. Praying to these demons within. I hate that they always win. Sickness worked its way in. I'm right back to where I began. Praying to these demons within. I hate that they always win. Bad days and disappointments, all that's become relevant. Time is moving on, and I just can't keep up with it.
This is Justin.
This is Dustin.
Austin's J&D.
Of the so-called Saints.
Or so-called Sense.
Tell your boys.
Or smile your boys.
You're listening to the Metal Experience.
Boom.
And we are back. Once again, I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze and the Chin Hair.
Captain Chin Hair.
Captain Chin Hair. Something Chin Hair. And we are here once again with Victims. And that track was also off Volume 2, Inside the Mind. And it was called Emptiness and Everything in Between. Meredith, what was that track about?
I mean, all the songs are pretty much about, like last year was very emotionally, like, tolling for me. Like all around, it was just, I don't know, it was a shitty year. 2016 was not a good year for me.
I agree.
I agree.
Just a lot of things happened that I would never want to relive ever again in my whole entire life. Between like family issues, like issues with friends, etc.
The band issues.
The band issues. I spoke a lot about like my like depression on that album and like anxiety. Whenever I was feeling those emotions, I would write. I'm about to get serious. Like I attempted like suicide like 3 times last year, and there's a few people that if I didn't have them in my life, like I would not have gotten through it. Like I'm definitely a lot stabler now and I'm a lot happier, but through mental and physical health were both very like debilitating for me last year. And yeah, I don't want to go too into it, but it was just a lot of depression and a lot of low self-esteem, and yeah.
Well, we are very glad that you are with us here tonight and that everything turned out to be okay and you pushed through. It's very important to have something where you can release those emotions into, and you guys put out an awesome album because of it, so you should be very proud that you found an outlet to help get you through those rough times. I was going to ask you, too, a little bit back to what we were talking about before that song, being on tour. What's the toughest thing about being on tour?
Well, for me, it's going to be different than like anybody else touring, I suppose. But like keeping up with my medication on tour is definitely the hardest thing because you're on a constant schedule and you're not always around like places where I could do like breathing treatments or like plug something in. And I don't know, it's a lot of upkeep, a lot of things that someone normal that goes on tour doesn't have to deal with at all.
What about for the guys?
I don't know.
I would say for me, touring, like probably the hardest thing to keep up with is like you just got to get used to being sleep deprived, to be honest, because like me personally, on like the last couple tours I've been on, I've ended up driving almost more than or equal to like John's amount of driving. Like I feel like me and him on the Traders tour really did like the brunt of everything because it just ended up being kind of a complicated situation in general, but you know, you have to get there on time in some way, shape, or form. And like the thing is, if you are at a venue and you're like, okay, well, tomorrow we need to be to the venue by like 3 o'clock, but you don't have anywhere to stay either in the state you're in or the next state you're going to, you kind of just have to drive all the way there. And it's kind of hard to get used to at first, but I think once you kind of push and power through like these really long, exhausting drives the first couple times, you kind of get used to it and kind of just becomes more of like a normal thing. But yeah, being sleep deprived definitely sucks.
And then for me, I'd say, well, along with the whole sleep deprivation thing. Also, like just maintaining energy as well to just perform the next day is also a big thing. But for me, I'd say the biggest thing is just money and money security really. Because I mean, you don't know if the promoter of the next show is going to be a shithead and not pay the bands or whatever.
It happens a lot.
It happens a lot, and luckily on all the tours that we've had so far, we haven't run into that issue. We ran into it on our very first tour once. That's another tour story I can tell. So basically in Des Moines, or no, not Des Moines. No, it's Moline. Sorry, Moline, Iowa.
It's Moline, Illinois.
Moline, Illinois. I thought it was Quad Cities, Iowa, Illinois. Same thing. The promoter of the show ended up blowing all of his money at the bar at the venue and did not have any money to pay us or traders actually to pay our guarantee. And he tried, bringing up excuses, blah blah blah, this that, and then traders actually helped us out, and we were actually able to follow this guy to his house. Like he told us we can follow him, so we followed him. And then when we got to his house, he said he wasn't going to pay us, and threatened us with violent action, I guess.
With a gun.
With a gun.
What?
He said he had a gun ready if somebody was going to act out of line, which we were acting in line completely. But yeah, so that happened. We did get our money. I'm pretty sure we got most of what
we got shorted.
We got shorted, but we got most of it.
Someone was waiting at the window with a gun and told us to, threatened us to evade the premises. If we don't leave, then they're going to use the gun on us. So we left. Traders left far, before this happened, and they had no idea this happened until I explained it to them. And they ended up getting this guy blacklisted. So.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, so definitely money is the biggest thing. Is also just my personal funds as well. Putting gas into a van is pretty expensive, especially if you're driving a 15-passenger van. It's I don't know, $80, $60 to $80 to fill up a tank, and doing that every 3 times a trip, I guess 3 maybe 4 times a trip, depending how far you're driving. It's pretty expensive, and usually the guarantees is what gets you to that next spot. So if you don't get that guarantee, it kind of sucks, but that's probably the most stressful thing, I guess. Making sure you don't come out of the tour, empty-handed, empty-pocketed, and all that kind of stuff.
Well, beware of those shitty promoters.
Yes.
They're everywhere.
They are there,
and they don't make your time fun. But
no.
It's a learning experience, and you have to move on. You've got people expecting you at that next destination.
Yeah, you also gotta, accept the fact that you're pretty much homeless on tour.
Yeah.
So you're just basically couch surfing.
Shout out to anybody who's ever let us stay at their house. We love you.
Tim Massa
from Louisville, Colorado.
Homeboy.
Best guy ever.
Well, then also, you guys have a tour coming up in the very near future. What do you guys got planned?
I'll take over for this. Right now, we have a few tours in the works. One is locked in, and it's going to be from August 6th through the 27th. And it's mostly southeast, East Coast. There's some Midwest dates as well, but no West Coast, unfortunately. The second tour we have, we're talking about, would be full U.S., which would be really cool. I mean, it's definitely a risk, but it's nothing that we as a band has accomplished yet. So it'd be nice to make different fans around the United States. As for show-wise, we're playing in New Jersey in about 2 weeks at Dingbats.
Dingbats, what a name for a venue.
Cool venue
Yeah,
cool
my friend Tyler Sagzawa. There we go. He knows how to say it. I don't.
He's Born Anew. He's the drummer.
He's booking it, and I think Regress is on it, and this band called Bathsheba from North Carolina. So that show should be really cool.
Bathsheba.
Good guys. Really good guys.
How do you end up booking your tour? What's your process of going through and finding every place that you're going to play?
We don't take care of any of the booking. We tried that once or 3 times and never once or 3 times. All didn't end up well. So we just told ourselves like we're willing to tour, but like we don't want to handle that. So our manager EJ and Jake Gracie, they kind of put us in a position where they tell a band like, oh, like shop us around, like, oh, have Victims on the tour, and then the band we're touring with usually has an agent and they take care of the booking. So that's what's happening with this next tour. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we wish you guys the best of luck on the road. I bet it's very exciting to go out on a new adventure every time. Is there a place that you guys have never been before that you hope to travel to in the near future?
Yeah, I've never been to Washington.
Same.
Washington
Yeah,
that's
Spokane.
exactly where Spokane, but
Spokane.
It's actually Spokane.
Spokane. Okay, Spokane.
Yeah, Washington is definitely a place that I've never been, and I would love to go there because it's
Yeah.
beautiful and it's very magical for many reasons.
It is.
It's a great place.
I'll be going there at the end of August, actually.
Hey.
Cool.
Hey, Washington is awesome.
It is
Washington
it is very
seems
nice.
pretty cool. I haven't been there. I'd like to go there. I'd like to go to like Oregon, maybe.
Yeah.
Oregon's cool. I mean,
Yes,
same
absolutely.
thing. It's basically Washington, but just a little south. But I'd also like to go through Texas. I love Texas. That's where Texas. But yeah, Texas is like where my family's from, and I love Texas. Beautiful place. Way too hot, but it's cool. And I'd like to go through
everything's
there.
bigger in Texas.
Everything
I
is bigger
mean,
in
The
Texas.
scene
Come
there is
on.
Especially the
amazing,
heat.
too.
Yeah, it's like that dry heat.
Yeah.
Just
No,
desert.
it's humid, man.
No, it's
It
humid in
sucks.
Texas. Arizona's the dry
Houston's
heat.
terrible.
Oh yeah.
I
I got family in Arizona.
Oh yeah,
so hot
Arizona
there.
is
Oh
the
my
driest
gosh.
heat ever.
They actually have heat warnings if it gets above a certain point.
I'm sure,
Yeah.
especially
You
around
Right.
this
cannot go
time.
They
outside.
recommend you just stay inside.
Right
yeah.
now,
Just
I
hang out
saw
inside.
pictures that this past week people were baking cookies on their cars because it was
Oh,
so hot,
wow.
and they
saw that,
couldn't
yeah.
land planes because it was too hot for them to land on the runway.
I saw that
Holy
actually.
Street
shit.
signs
There
were
was-
melting.
yeah,
Signs were melting. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
wasn't
was
it like
insane.
126 or something?
Yeah, it was like record
Yeah.
breaking. People's fences were melting.
R.I.P.
ridiculous.
to all the friends playing Warped Tour that have to deal with the heat
Yeah.
currently on the West Coast.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's. I mean, you're doing that in the peak of summer too. It's like unpredictable how hot it will get. Whew.
Hell, last year Warped Tour is fucking hot.
It
Yeah,
was.
it
I almost
Last year was
died.
pretty warm.
Just of heat
Fucking like
exhaustion. It was
102
nasty.
degrees.
I
or
had my
something.
girlfriend and I actually had to leave early because it was getting too hot out.
Morgan, was I there?
I'm
Yeah,
sure. There's
yeah,
no shade either.
There- they had a tent up actually for shade though, and the pavilion
One
helped.
tent.
Oh, the pavilion. I
One
was in
tent.
there the whole time, pretty
Yeah,
much.
I didn't want to leave the pavilion once we
Same.
got there.
Same.
I got the worst sunburn that tour. Oh my, or not
yeah.
that
Tour.
tour, Warp Tour. Oh my god, it was horrible. I was like wearing like a tank top, and like I had it like I was red, like where the tank top wasn't covering, and then like just pasty white underneath it. It was the worst thing. And then my face was horribly sunburnt too, like 'cause I had long hair too. Well, no, it's kind of short, but well, no, it was long. It was long, but I had it pulled back. But like when I didn't have it pulled back, like there was a noticeable tan line for like over my forehead,
Oh.
like where.
That's always the
We-
worst.
Dude, it was so awkward.
Hey, we went to New York after.
Yeah, literally-
right after Warped Tour. Actually,
Yeah.
we went
The
straight
next
to New
day
York.
we went straight to New York. Sunburnt me. Driving 12 hours there was the worst thing ever. But it was great.
That was rough. I was asleep for most of the time on the way
Always.
there. Honestly,
At that Warped Tour, my girlfriend and I actually did that slip and slide.
Oh, I wanted to do that.
And dude, it was so nice.
Oh, I bet.
They had slip and slides
Yeah,
there?
they have
do.
slip and
Yeah.
slide there.
Slide.
It's like
by,
right by the food
sign.
court.
It's
Yeah.
by like the sign where they have all the band schedules and stuff. They set up this giant inflatable.
Oh, and then they have like fire hoses spraying water too. That
Yeah.
was cool.
Well,
Very,
all
very
right.
nice.
wait, one last place I'd like to visit that's like not too far. It would be cool to tour Canada. I don't know. Born
Yeah.
Anew, they just
Canada.
toured there,
Canada.
and they said it was really cool. And like Post Malone was at their show, and
Yeah, that was crazy. I
Like-
saw that.
and Joe Jonas was at their show,
Yeah.
and they got a CD from a metal band. I don't know. It just sounds really cool because not a lot of bands go through Canada, so I feel Like there's a lot of kids that are being like deprived of metal because it's hard to get over there.
It's a whole
You need
country
passports.
Where, the whole country where not very many metal bands roll through on a regular basis.
Japan would be cool to tour too.
All right, I'm thinking a little more realistic.
Realistic
okay.
reach here.
There's actually a band that I saw that did both the Japanese and China tour.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
War of Ages.
Oh, War of Ages, I've heard of them.
I've met them twice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Let's tour Siberia.
All right, man.
First time I saw them, no joke, Penny Road Pub.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Penny Road Pub. Was that place packed? I bet it was. I mean, it's always packed. You put like 12 people in the basement, and it's a
There's
full.
no room anymore.
Yeah, there's no room anywhere. So.
There was probably at least 40 to 50 people there.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
That's definitely a lot for Penny Road.
And then second time I saw them was Home Bar.
Home bar.
Homeboy.
Homeboy.
Where's Home Bar at?
Arlington Heights.
Yeah.
Arlington Heights. Okay, interesting.
At that time, I didn't know POD. And
You didn't know POD then?
When was this?
Here comes the boom.
Last
That's
year.
saliva.
Last year you didn't know
What?
POD?
Here comes the boom is.
Here comes the boom
Yes,
is
that's-
POD.
Is it?
Yeah, boom.
What am I?
Here comes the boom.
No, click, click,
ready
boom
now.
is
Oh,
saliva.
click, click,
Boom,
boom
yeah,
is
yeah.
saliva. Damn it. So
Clit,
those
clit,
90s
boom.
bands and their
Clit,
similar sounds.
Because it was
It's all right. It's all from like the same
They
era.
sound
Yeah.
they sound pretty similar.
because
do.
it
I
was
agree.
War of Ages, Head P, POD, and then
Head PE school.
and
You
then
didn't know who POD was?
I'm still blown by that.
Here
Like,
with
come
the
on,
South Town. Come on, man.
dude. Come on, man.
We are.
Yeah, the Nation. You don't know that one?
Youth of a Nation.
What about Alive? That one track, Alive.
That whole album.
That whole album is great.
That's a great album.
I feel like this is like a 90s
I
like
know
track.
Alive.
Well,
That's what we
CD.
listen to. We
Yeah.
listen to a lot of 90s music.
Yeah.
And early
And
2000s.
then
The
there
Now
was
CDs are coming
Now.
back.
Now,
I have that
Missy
whole
Elliott.
playlist saved on Spotify.
now 747.
I think that's
love
what they're
now.
And then there was an
Airplane
all-girls
jams.
band from Tennessee.
Who?
at. Was it Vixen?
The Dead Deads.
The
Dixie
Dead
Chicks.
Deads.
Okay.
The Dixon Chicks.
The Dixie.
Dicks
The
and
Dixie
chicks.
Sticks. The Pixie Sticks.
What's about that time, Luco? Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found!
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right, this week brought to you by Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more info. This week, the band we have is The Evulsion from, guess what? Canada. We were just talking about Canada. Lethbridge/Alberta, Canada. The band The Evulsion with the song Unholy featuring DJ Temple. Yo, spin that shit. DJ Morgan.
For the pirate man, the
And now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
All right, we just heard the Avulsion from Lethbridge / Alberta, Canada, with the song Unholy, featuring DJ Temple. And that was brought to you by Imprint Recordings, your music, your imprint. Again, visit imprintrecordings.com for more info. I'm Luca Blaze with Morgan Danielle, the Captain Chin Hair.
What up?
Captain Cunt Hair. And we are still rocking out here with Victims. And we got a ton more music to play. What's another?
Hold on.
What?
Before we play that, when we were we are listening to this song when we just played, some old man came down here and he's like standing behind Charlie and John, just standing there.
I felt
and
really
he's
awkward.
talking, and I
It
realized
was
no one
really
can hear him
awkward.
because we have headphones on, whatever. And I took mine off, and I'm like trying to figure out what he's saying. And he's trying to tell me that a few weeks ago when he was here, he got a donut from us. He was looking for donuts.
It was pretty funny. I'm like, sorry.
I'm like,
He had a
sorry,
nice hat
the
on.
guy that
I
usually
liked
brings
his
him
hat.
isn't here. He's at Rammstein. And I'm like, this dude just came down here for fucking
He's like,
donuts.
hey, you guys,
He's a mooch.
you guys got the
Oh
donuts.
my god.
You got the goods, man.
Sorry, dude.
Looking for jelly filled.
I just thought that was funny that this 70-year-old
looking.
dude just needs his sugar fixed for the day.
I'm looking for them free donuts.
It's like almost 10
I'm
o'clock.
glad that's
I
what
need
we're
my
good
donuts.
for. Damn.
That was actually really funny. I'm like,
It was just kind of awkward where I'm like,
I saw him standing like out of like my peripheral vision. I was like trying not to look. I'm like, I don't know what this guy's gonna say. Like, what is he? Why is he here?
Oh, he
I
just
saw
wants
him
a
mouthing
fucking
stuff for
donut.
like a couple minutes.
Yeah,
I
like,
did
saw
too,
that
and I thought people heard him, and I realized nobody's saying anything. I'm like,
Eventually
shit,
I took
I
my
need to
headphone off and
interact.
just like, I got a donut last time I was here.
You're like, I knew nothing about this. Somebody help me.
I looked over at him and I was like,
Oh,
someone
my
else is
gosh.
talking to him. All right, I need to figure out if I need to do the frisbee motion.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just
That was
funny.
really funny, actually. Very awkward, but
You guys got the donuts?
he sounded like that.
All right, well, let's play another Victims track, guys. What do you guys want to play next? There's a lot of music still to cover. Oh, Meredith is holding up 4 fingers. That must mean track 4. What is track 4?
She wants to play 4 tracks in a row.
4 tracks in a row.
Gotcha.
What is track 4 called?
It's Demon Limbs.
Demon Limbs. Ooh, sounds scary.
We got a live music video for that song too.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
All right, well, here is Demon Limbs off Volume 2, Inside the Mind from Victims.
Inability to cope with life effectively. Can't pinpoint why I'm worrying excessively. Overthinking wisdom doesn't make mentally. I've forgotten all about rationality. Nothing makes sense in my head anymore. It's all flooded with guilt and remorse. Even with the most honorable intention, I always seem to make a shitty impression. I have a love-hate relationship with everything. Conflicted with the way I feel inside. Settling, feeling like dirt. Feeling like this even more than I'm worth. Feeling like this life even more than I deserve. What? Yeah!
What up? This is Bob.
Yo, this is Jason.
The gray skies above.
And you're listening to the Metal Experience.
And we are back. I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze. And we are down. He went down with the ship.
One
the captain
dirty
of
chin hair.
He just decided to abandon ship tonight and left
Harry.
us. Left
Captain
us in
Chin Harry.
the presence of the almighty victims. And we just heard Demon Limbs, which you said you have a live footage video for up on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like a live
us.
thing that was filmed
What?
by Randy Edwards.
Yeah, our friend Randy Edwards shot that for us.
He goes on tour with Animals as leaders and
Ooh.
Intervals and Plenty. And
sounds fancy.
he's always doing something. Yeah, I've known him since like 2013, so he's real cool.
Wasn't he like
And
most recently in like China or something like
yeah,
that?
he's been in. He said like 3 continents or something. I don't know.
Just hanging out?
No,
No,
just
like
from
doing
doing like photo and
stuff
video work.
stuff for bands.
Yeah, it's crazy. He did something for I think Periphery too.
Ooh.
But
Cool things.
Roof.
I like it.
Well, Morgan, you got a couple
Like
two
it.
tree announcements?
I do have some announcements for tonight. So let's start with our July 17th show that's coming up quick now. That's in 3 weeks. We have 2 bands coming in from the East Coast. We have Sorrow Seed and Spectral Voices. And it'll be Sorrow Seed's second time in Chicago. We have them booked at Livewire Lounge. And Bloodletter's opening. And unfortunately, Ditheist had to drop. They're having some band member problems that they're working through. So we wish them the best and hope that they're back to playing shows soon. But we got very lucky, and Vicious Attack has agreed to jump on board and join us. So it's still going to be an awesome show. We're very excited to kick the night off with some awesome music, Metal Monday style. So come on out. It'll be 21 and up, starting about 8 p.m., and it's $10, Monday, July 17th. It's going to be a good time. Also, this is 4th of July weekend, so next week we are not going to have a show because it's 4th of July. And the bar's probably closed, to be completely honest, because it's a holiday. So usually they close down for holidays. So after next week, we have July 11th, which is the next scheduled band to come on. Silent Truth is going to be joining us, and we know that they've been up to a lot of awesome things, including they're going to be playing the Milwaukee Summerfest, along with a couple other bands we know, like They Never Say No, Everything Must Die, and Consume the Divide. So there's some awesome Chicago artists going up to Summerfest, and we're excited to talk to a Silent Truth about everything that's been going on with them and hear what they have to say about their upcoming shows that they have booked and all that fun stuff. So join us next week. Not next week. July 11th. If
Not
it's a spare
next
keys.
week.
Not next week. I won't be here. I won't be here. So because we're not going to be here next week, here's a couple shows coming up within the next week you can go to before July 11th. Alethea and our friends in Fool's Brew are going to be hitting up Penny Road Pub July 7th, and they are going to be playing with Absenia and Synovial. Oh, God, I hope I got that right. And that is a 21 and up show starting at 7 p.m. on July 7th. Dead Rabbits are playing the Beat Kitchen on Sunday, July 2nd, with I Set My Friends on Fire, Set to Stun, Northern Ghost, and that is going to be, once again, at Beat Kitchen. And there is pictures up, like Meredith was talking earlier, of 100th and Bean is an Ocean's bus that caught fire mid-Warp Tour. And they're not going to be doing a GoFundMe. They said they're alive and it's just stuff. We're thanking all who reached out today with good vibes. So there's no GoFundMe. They're just happy to be alive, which is I mean, I feel bad that they lost all their gear, and I know a lot of people would help them. But I'm sure there's a ton of bands on Warped Tour that are going to be donating gear to help them out for the rest of the tour if they continue it. And Being as Notion is not sure if they're going to do one either. So, but they are looking for, if you have an old iPhone or other phone in the Atlanta, Orlando area that you're not using anymore, that being as an ocean can use to contact them and let them know because they are in need of a phone. So if you can help them out
Backtracks.
that way, that would be awesome. Help the scene. July 8th, there's a free show happening at the Forge out in Joliet, which is actually becoming quite an awesome venue from what I've heard, considering that it's on its, third different name change in the past few years. They're having a album release show for Frontline for their album Cold World, and We Killed the Lion and Vent to Atmosphere is going to be playing with them. So check that out, happening July 8th.
We haven't been to a show yet.
We haven't.
With,
There's been
the
quite
new-
a few.
Even with the tree, we didn't see any shows there.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll make our way out there eventually.
Back out there. We've been out there a ton.
Yeah, we haven't been out there in a while, though. Dirge Within have a new track out for their song called Memories. They recently got back together. They're back to doing stuff. So check them out, and we're looking forward to a new album, hopefully coming
Morgan,
soon from them.
What kind of stuff?
I don't know. They released this music video for this song called Memories.
They're back to doing
stuff. So, yeah, very, very excited for that. Some sad news that I've seen a lot of bands posting about this past week, and it's really awful to think. But we're trying to share this post around too, that there's been a friend in the area of some of the bands within Rockford and Loves Park area that have been looking for Emily Anderson, a 25-year-old girl who has gone missing. And I guess this is like the third girl from around that area who has disappeared. She was last seen on June 19th, which is about a week ago now. So if you're around the Loves Park area or Rockford, if you've seen a Pontiac Grand Am that's silver with an Illinois license plate of V414149, you need to contact the Loves Park Police Department because she has been missing and they're looking for her. And there's a lot of people that I've noticed in the scene that are friends with her that are spreading the word and trying to find her because obviously, everybody's got family and friends that care, and we want to see her reunited with all of those people safe and sound. So we'll share the post again this week and make sure, everybody sees it. And then you can let them know if you see something suspicious or anything that could help her come home safe. And that's all I got for right now. So if you want to check out the Metal Experience website for all of our past reviews, upcoming guests, all the Hey Look What I Found picks, our interviews that we've done for the Let's Chat Q&A sessions or album reviews, all of that is up on our website. Greg, our webmaster, actually just put up a photo gallery. Right now it's Nikki Presta's pictures of the Dead Horse Trauma show that she's attended a couple months ago. We're still trying to have Greg tweak it that there's albums you can click on, but for right now there's pictures, and that's a progress. I've been begging him to do that for months now, and he's very slow at updating things for us. He gets it done. It just takes forever. So
on his time.
On his time. So next up is getting albums up there that we can put everything for the shows that we've gone to, so I could start to update that more for people to see the events and the stuff that we've gone to. And Luco, you have a show coming up July 8th. How about you talk a little bit about that? Or do you not remember? July 8th, you're at the Irish Mill in Mundelein.
Yeah.
You're playing with Devangelis.
Uh-huh.
And Bastards Asylum.
That is also correct.
And who else? Is that it? Do you remember? That's a free show, right? It's a birthday bash.
Morgan, I wish you would have told me you were going to say that because I didn't look any
You
of that
tell
up.
the bands to have all their dates ready, and you can't have your own band dates ready.
I didn't know I was... I forgot.
Excuses.
Well, Morgan, you said it right.
I hope I said it right.
Irish Mill.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
I guess be there. Luca wants
Be
to
there
see
or be square.
That's all I got. Boom.
Good job. Well, we got more Victims tracks.
Lots of Victims tracks.
Why don't we go ahead? Why don't we play a twofer?
A twofer?
A twofer.
Two of them. Which ones are we going to play?
Two tracks you guys want us to play.
You'll never know.
From Volume 2?
Meredith.
How about
We should
detached for one of them?
let's if we're doing a twofer, how about we do Sick Tired and then Detached? That's our first
Yeah.
and then second song.
1 into
off-
2.
Yeah, 1 into 2. They feed in real nicely. Sick Tired is featuring Devin McGillivray from Youth Forever, and then Detached is no features, but they feed in real nice. So I'd say 1 and 2 off of Volume 2.
Yeah.
Here we go. More victims.
My head is a prison that nobody visits. I'm stuck in this hell and I can't find an exit. I wish things were different, I wish I could help it. Stress gets melted, I can't fucking fix it. I'm a victim of my own mind, anxious all the damn time. I'm too far from the end, I'm hanging by a fine line. I'm a stranger in my own skin, unhinged emotion. Wasn't like to feel real, want it again. I'm a past when doing the wrong things. I never learn from my mistakes, it's a routine. I'll always be second best. It's something that I've learned to live with. I am a traitor. I guess I am who I am. I don't expect you to understand. I can't move on, I can't progress. Stuck in a standstill. I'm here, sadness. That's another aftermath of the old thing. My own way can put the demon glance in a wrong swing. Can't stand by the bed, this is a reality. I'm a lost man with a destructive personality. Useless and irrelevant. Worthless and incompetent. Intolerable and belligerent. I can't even make sense of it. I'm sick of everything. I'm sick of everything. I'm sick of everything.
All it takes is one bad day to reduce the sanest man alive to lunacy. That's how far the world is from where I am. Just one bad day.
I'm dead behind the eyes.
Fire, listening to the Metal Experience.
Hell yeah.
All right, we just heard a twofer. That was track 1 and 2, correct? Off
Correct.
of the volume 2, Inside the Mind, by Victims. That was Sick, Tired, and Detached. And that was super metal. Woo, woo.
Yee.
And so you guys have some more. I'm sorry, you guys have the tour coming up again.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with that? Give me the rundown again. Where we starting? When's it starting? Where's it ending?
It starts August 6th, and then it goes till August 27th. It's mostly like East Coast dates, and the first date is it's a show that I booked actually at Cairo, and we're playing Sickness Volume 1 in full with our friends in the Levitated, and they're releasing their EP Guilt. And then our friends in Outlaw, who haven't played an Illinois show in a while, they're also on the bill. And that's August 6th, Sunday, at Cairo Ale House in West Chicago.
West Chicago.
West Chicago, in the suburbs, not literally west side of Chicago.
Yeah, in the burbs, finally.
It's right next to Carroll Stream. Nobody knows where that's at.
The boys.
Not too far
It's not a
from
good
St.
place.
Charles.
Yeah, in the middle between Carroll Stream and St.
Yeah,
Charles.
pretty much.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Hey.
Now,
Hey.
the shows that you have coming up on tour, do you know any of the bands that you guys are going to be playing with at the venues?
Yeah, we know it's like a co-headliner between the us and a band from Georgia/Alabama. I'm not going to announce the name, and then another band from New Jersey.
New Jersey.
So they're opening the package. So it's 3 bands, and it's. I just got word back that we're gonna announce it in July, like early July. So we'll know more about that.
Well, then you also let us know, and we'll announce the shit out of it too.
We will.
Oh, we will keep you posted.
But we're actually playing a fest in Brandon, Florida, August 12th. And it's with I Set My Friends on Fire, Arsonist, Get All the Girls, Afterlife, this band called Criminals, Kingdom of Giants, and a bunch of other bands. So that's going to be cool. The bands that are on the package are on that show. So if you want to go ahead and siphon through that and put 3 bands together, then you'll figure out who's on the package. But yeah.
Stifle?
That's exciting.
Sift and
I think it's stifle, but
Stifle.
I don't know. I think it's definitely it's definitely a word.
It's a word.
It's definitely a word.
Meredith says it's a word.
It is. I'll look it up. It means like go through if you want to.
Siffle? Sifle?
Oh my goodness.
I was going to ask Meredith. I know that you're a photographer. Who does your promo shoots? Do you set up a tripod and take your own pictures, or do you have somebody that you enjoy working with?
Most of our last set of promos, our ex-bassist's girlfriend took the photo, but I edited all of them. So, I mean, I would say mostly me. If I had a tripod, I would have just put it down, but I don't have one. It broke, so you gotta use what you have. So
It broke.
It broke.
It broke.
And then where can everyone find Victims on the information superhighway, including all the music videos that do?
Ooh. All of our music is located on every major music platform. You can find us on Facebook, Bandcamp. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music. Where else?
And then
MySpace.
Physical copies
Whoa,
at the show.
MySpace? You're still rocking that shit?
Nah, I was joking. We ain't on MySpace. Physical copies. You can find all of our merch, physical copies, anything like that. You can find that on our what is that?
Digital merch store.
Our digital merch store. You can find that link on our Facebook as well as our Bandcamp.
Facebook.com/VCTMSIL.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where you can find pretty much everything of ours is through Facebook, really. We provide links for everything. you know,
Boom.
everything is there. Oh, I think we also got Instagram too. You can also stay updated on Instagram, and I believe we have a Twitter, but I mean
A twatter.
a twatter. But
Yeah, we do.
We have a Twitter. Not sure how active we are on that, but you know, mainly
Just connected to
Facebook. You don't have to do anything.
Oh, really?
then.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are pretty active on the Twitter. So, but yeah,
Post on it every other day.
Facebook and Instagram are probably our most active and most viewed. So
Yeah. We have a website too.
What's the website?
It's VCTMSofficial.com.
Damn.
oh yeah, we got one of those too. Yeah.
Also, if you're trying to find our music on YouTube, it's on Chugcore's YouTube page.
Not ours.
And is it also on your personal YouTube?
No.
Oh, never
I mean,
mind.
it's on.
Just
Some of the
Chugcore's.
songs are on our YouTube, but not all of them.
Chugcore's cool.
Yeah, you can
Shout out
find
to
you can
Chugcore.
find the entire album stream on the Chugcore YouTube. And then you can also find merch and everything on the Chugcore page, I believe. But you definitely want to go through us.
The Victims website has the music videos.
Yeah.
I'm on that bitch right now.
Yeah, we got that. We got more music videos coming too. Keep it posted.
Nice. That's very, very exciting.
Pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
Soonsies.
And then Meredith, if people want to get a hold of you for like photography or anything like for promo shots and stuff, how would people get a hold of you?
Well, I have a website. It's prodproductions.com, or you could just message my personal, like Meredith Henderson. So
Nice, because you do some amazing work. So definitely,
Thank you.
That's pretty
definitely
sweet.
watch for Meredith's post because you also do a bunch of stuff when you're out on tour of the bands that you're playing with. You'll do photography and videos for them, and it's just awesome to see through your perspective, everything that you're seeing while you're on tour, but you're also supporting them by, you're doing art stuff too.
Thank you.
Well, it was awesome having you guys here for your second time as Victims, and it was great to hear all the stuff off of the new album. I mean, I love it. It's on my iPod. I play it.
Thank you.
And for sure, when the new album comes out, hopefully
The new
just
single later
like,
this year?
Well, the album you were saying maybe for fall for a full length again. Maybe?
Oh no,
Probably
definitely
more-
not a full length.
Probably more of like an EP.
EP.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely probably some new music late 2017, early 2018. We'll see
Nice.
that. Definitely a single this year.
Single this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Be on the lookout. Well, we still have some music to
So
go out the end of the night with. And I did forget to give a congratulations to Joe, who's been on hiatus from running the board because of family life.
Joey
he had
Gasoline
a baby
Dick.
this weekend.
He had a little baby gasoline dick.
Yeah, we saw her yesterday. She's adorable. So congratulations, Joe.
Congratulations,
We're so
Joe.
proud of you that
What's
you
her
can
name?
make babies. Emma Hope.
Emma Hope. Emma Hope.
Emma Hope. And then Luco's birthday was this past week, you old man.
I'm getting real old.
Happy B-Day.
Happy
Look at all that
birthday.
gray
Happy
hair.
birthday.
So as you can tell, his
you-
birthday gift was more gray hairs on his face.
Dancing?
No, I was standing on the throne.
Well,
I'm looking at
It's okay.
pictures off the
we'll
Victims
play another
official.
Victims track to end the night. What is the track that you
Let's do it. Let's go out on
would
a
like
twofer.
Another
go out
twofer?
with. Mhm.
Let's see. Let's do. Should we do?
And they take a moment to
Oh, yeah.
discuss it
no,
amongst
5
themselves.
and 6. We didn't do Bitter Relief either.
Yeah, no, that's what
I said. Okay.
No, we could do 5 and 6 actually off of our album. That's gonna be No One Loathe. That's gonna be the 5th track, and then
No one loads 6. Bitter Relief's 5.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bitter Relief and then No One Loathe.
It's gonna be No One Loathe then Bitter Relief. That's yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you guys once again for coming out. It's
Thank you for
been
having
a
us.
blast.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you
And
for
we
having
wish
us.
you all the best of luck on your next tour. Can't wait to see you guys live, and we will be back hopefully with you guys sometime early next year with the new EP.
Hell yeah.
And here's some more Victims tracks. Good night.
Bury me in the distance. Deep breaths, listen in. Tear my mind into pieces. Just watch me fall apart. watch me fall apart. Flying out, I can feel it in my fingertips. Let me inflict pain on others just like you did. We all suffer in one way or another, and I know I haven't really recovered. Running from the inside out, filled torn from all the ways that you let me down. Again and again, I'm sick and tired of it. Your head takes me now, you're so fine. I've abandoned it. My old friend, welcome to here again. Darkness, my old friend, welcome to here again. Bury me in the deep six. Deep breaths, let it in. Tear my mind into pieces. Just watch me fall apart. Bury me in the deep six. Deep breaths, let it in. Tear my mind into pieces. Just watch me fall apart. I'm just placed in this moment, cemented in time. Trying to find meaning behind these hollow lines. I don't know what I want anymore, what I'm looking for. Nothing else, not even when the high takes its course. Even when the high takes its course, I'm still torn from all the fucked up things I felt before. No expression, just going through the motions. I dance with death just to keep my relevance. sound like